All right, we're here at the Prairie Learning Center. Have Becky Carter, who is one of the certified personal trainers here at the club. She is also a Titleist Performance Institute certified trainer. Becky's going to show a few stretches that you can do at home that will help translate out to the course.
Hi, Becky Carter here to go through some stretches to help increase your flexibility. We're going to start off with chest flexibility. So John is going to use the corner here to work on stretching his chest and shoulders. When you begin this, you want to make sure that your elbows are at about shoulder height. You can also use a door jamb. You're going to lean slightly in toward the corner to help stretch. You don't want to overstretch. You want to hold it about 5 seconds. You'll come back, release, and then lean forward into it again. You can repeat this exercise 5 to 8 times, making sure you're holding it between 5 and 8 seconds. Okay, another stretch for upper body mobility, shoulder, and some hip stretching, depending on where you're tied at, is called an Afferent Stretch. You're going to get down into a squat position. You're going to take one arm, put your elbow on the inside part of your thigh, and then you can rest your hand on that other knee. And then you're going to take the free arm, and you're going to turn and open up toward the ceiling to stretch through that front part of your chest. And then you're going to come back down. When you're rotating to turn and look up toward the ceiling, you want your head to follow your hand. Again, you're going to hold between 5 and 8 seconds, and then come back down, and you can repeat this stretch on both sides. Okay, so now we're going to move into a hip and low back stretch. This is called a wide leg stretch. So you want to have your legs or your knees hip width or maybe a little bit wider apart. You're going to let your knees just fall over to the side. You don't want to press them down toward the floor. You just want gravity to take over. Again, holding 5 to 10 seconds. You also want to make sure that the shoulder on the opposite side that the knees are going toward is staying down on the floor. Now, another version of this exercise is to move your feet right next to each other and have your knees together, and then let those knees again fall over to the side. This changes the stretch just a little bit, so you may feel it a little bit differently through your hips and lower back. Okay, so now we're going to go into a prayer stretch. You're going to get down on the floor on your knees in a four-point position here. You're going to push your hips back towards your heels and then extend the arms out and drop your head between your arms. You can also, to work on stretching your lats, reach your arms over to the side and push those hips back out to the side. That will stretch along the side of your body and through your lats. Now, if you're unable to get down on the floor, John's going to show a modified version of this stretch with a broomstick. Arms are out in front of you. You're pushing your hips back behind you and dropping your head between your shoulders. And then, again, to hit the sides, you're just reaching your arms out to the side and pushing your hips out to the side to help stretch along that side of your body. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a hip flexor stretch to work on stretching out those hip flexors in the front part of your legs. So you want to have a chair or a step out in front of you. You're going to put that foot up in front of you and then make sure both feet are facing forward. You're going to shift your hips forward, keeping the back leg straight and the heel down on the floor. That will help stretch that front part of your leg up through your hip flexor, and then you're going to shift back. So you're just leaning forward. When you come forward, you want to make sure your hips aren't twisting to the side. Hold again 5 to 10 seconds and repeat 5 to 8 times on each side. Okay, so now we're going to do this is a hamstring stretch, but also a hip stretch, and it will honestly work on your balance as well. You want to have a step again or a chair to put your foot up on. This time the toe is facing up. The opposite foot is facing forward. You're going to put your hands on your hips, and then you're going to slowly rotate from side to side as you're doing this. The higher the step is that your foot is on, the harder it is. So if you have tight hamstrings, you need to start with a lower step. Okay, so another stretch you can do for your hips, as long as your knees are okay with it, is it's a modified pigeon stretch. So you're going to get down on the floor. You're going to pull one leg, your knee up toward the midline of your body, and then you just you wanna make sure you keep your hips square, and you're gonna push those hips down toward the floor. And then you can come back, release, and then drop down again. And hold it there, again, 5 to 10 seconds, repeat, 3 to 5 times, and then you wanna switch legs and do the same thing on the other side.